All right, here we are again. More Spy Party, but this time, instead of games, we're just gonna be predicting what happens in the real season of SCL, and also we're having our tiebreaker for the EU NA conflict. We got ourselves Firelord Ethan and Astatine Effect back again as NA. Hello.
Hello.
And then we got Rav back, and Yosh is stepping in for Nebula. You know, basically the same.
I challenged Nebula to a single duel, and he lost to me again.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so this is the prediction stream. We're gonna guess what, we know what's gonna happen in the in this upcoming season because we're all experts. Oh, I'm not an expert, but whoops, and I did not. Let me do one thing.
Experts in quotation marks.
Yes, experts in quotation. Yes. I thought about doing that, but let me. Turns out I missed one thing when I was setting this up. There we go. Okay, and refresh you. There we go. Perfect. Hopefully. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna jump over to the prediction screen now. Here we go. This beautiful screen. I don't know how we're gonna do this. Are we just gonna do everybody, or like top 3, or what? There's a lot of people.
That's a good shout. I don't know. We can just go across the screen and then snake it back, maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So
let me start then.
Yeah.
I'm only now starting to realize that I probably should have started with Challenger and not Diamond.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're doing it live.
Yep. All right. So anyway, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
this are also going from the top down or from?
Yeah. Well, so technically, when I add a name, it kind of gives it. It will give it a number 1, but it doesn't matter. You can do it either bottom up or top down.
Okay, I think from the bottom first.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yes.
So, I think for the bottom for me, well, simply because I don't really know them that much, but I put player 3-5.
Yeah, that is fair. I don't know who they are. Okay.
This division is always going to be the hardest to predict, I think.
Yeah,
so it's basically just who I've seen around in lobby and stuff.
Yeah, like we generally say, prove us wrong. If you can. All right, and then do you want to just do all of them, and then we can just, I don't know if that's, or do we do across? I don't know how to do this.
I think last time we did one person did that whole division.
Okay, yeah, maybe
so does his whole.
I don't remember anymore. That was, I don't know how many years ago that was.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Like at least 3, maybe even 4.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Do you want to do, Ethan? Do you want to do the rest?
So next up we have, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Next up I put Dravas of Panzer.
Ooh. That's probably my favorite username for this division.
And then Aspstas.
Second favorite
those two
username.
are basically who I haven't seen around. Alright, then we have Xfox.
Ooh, Xfox.
I'm being told that on your prediction sheet, Gunzang is missing.
Oh, am I missing somebody? Oh.
Yes.
Is he? Let's see. Let me make sure. Let me get the thing I got from Nebula earlier. Unless he is now. Oh, he is missing. You're right. I will fix that right now. He might be in another division. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's in Challenger.
I just mean I might have put him somewhere else. Nope. Okay. Nope, I guess I didn't put him anywhere. Poor guy. I wonder who else I'm missing then. Alright.
Me, I'm also in
Yeah, no!
Okay.
Alright, let me, okay, okay, there we go. Then what was it again? It was, player, sauce. I think it was something like that. Alright, yeah. Alright, go for it.
Alright. And then next I put Elaine Wong. And then my top two, I think for sure, are Obi and Gunzong, but I decided to put Gunzong second and Obi first, just
Ooh,
because Obi has a
wow.
bit more experience.
I mean, those Jedi powers should come in handy. Like, I don't know if that'll work across the network connection, but it might.
We shall see.
All right,
I
Rob.
mean, the issue is, if I recall my history correctly, Obi kinda dies a bunch, so...
Yeah, but I mean, but he's still,
Not that
yeah,
good for the
yeah.
spy win rate, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, he was still doing stuff while he was dead, so that's, it's pretty good, but that doesn't help you in SpyParty,
Yeah,
that's
very
true.
What? All
Anyway.
right. I have a fairly similar outlook
Yeah.
as Ethan because I have data on 3 of these people and nothing on the rest.
Oh,
So
nice.
in no particular order, at the bottom I have ASP source.
Okay.
Could be
In
potentially.
no particular order, Rolf. Allow me to explain to you how the stream
Yeah.
works.
Well, I can't place them accurately, so they're all just joint fifth
Yep.
or joint fourth. Yeah, I mean, you never know. They could be the next SpyParty prodigy, but we don't know yet because we haven't seen the play. I then got player 385 and Drava Zapanza in 6th and 5th,
Yep.
and then Elaine in 4th. I have seen Elaine in the Discord and playing dailies, so I have a little bit
Nice.
actually of data on them. But I did get to watch a small amount of a practice set between X-Fox and Gunzong, and I thought both of their spies were pretty good for the level. They weren't afraid to do things, and generally they had pretty solid decision making for their player count. So I think they could be challenging Obi at the top. So I do have Gunzong in 3rd.
Okay.
I have Obi in 2nd. I think Obi Sniper is probably the strongest in this league by quite a long way. But I was really impressed with Xbox's Spy when I saw them play, so I popped them at the top.
Nice.
Spicy.
Okay,
so now, Yosh, you want to go next?
Yes, hello. So there is a non-zero amount of issues when you're trying to rank challenger players around. First of all, as people before me have said, there's not necessarily a lot of data that you're operating on. But the other issue is the fact that because there is no data to be operating on and because those players don't have much experience going into it, the most important factor in deciding the final ranking in Challenger is not necessarily where you started, but how much you have been playing throughout the season. So all of these rankings are essentially nonsense and are not actually representing reality much. So I tried to figure out the most objective way to sort a bunch of names. And the metric I have come up with is the third last letter of their name alphabetically.
Okay, yeah.
So in last place we have Drava Zapanzer with a Z.
Oh no,
Letter that I'm probably not allowed to pronounce. Then we have player 385 with an Y. A letter that's near and dear to my heart. If I know my English correctly, which is probably not true, AspSauce should be next.
Okay.
Followed by OB Kenobi.
Okay.
Then we got Xfox/Steam sneaking in with a cheeky E here.
Yeah, that Steam saved them. That's
the position doesn't really change. And then, unfortunately, it worked slightly better before we remembered that Gangjang is in the season, but then I just realized that the letter for them is slightly different. So we will put Gangjang in second and Elaine first.
Oh wait, I forgot, where did 385 go? I mean, because 3, that should be. I mean,
Player
that's
385 has a Y as their
oh, what
third.
does that? I
letter
would have
from
thought
the
the
end,
number
so
3.
they go second last.
Okay, yeah. So then
That's a number. That's not a letter.
I mean, but that's like, on a computer it might come in
We're
first.
being highly scientific. Numbers
Okay.
have no space here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Lane Wong first, right? Or yeah, because the W is better than the X. All right, fair. That's fair.
And that's my ranking.
Yeah. Might be. I mean, it might be the right one. S-Teen, did you come up with the similar strategy? Or did you fall asleep?
I think you might be muted.
I mean,
Aston.
that's one way to make predictions.
Yeah, you're muted for sure.
Technical difficulties
Yes,
number 2
yes.
of the day.
Yep.
I spent so much time trying to figure out which letter exactly I wanted to use.
Oh, the
So
third
it
one?
would
Okay.
seem random enough, but
Yeah,
also give a unique ranking.
yeah.
And then we realized that we forgot a player, and now it's not unique, so I'm very sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad someone's saying an objective tier list,
Yeah.
We're all thinking about who should win, but Yash is coming up to data here.
Okay, so
I
we
mean,
got.
someone had to.
I'm just gonna start putting things up here, and then.
We ping Ascertain, is he here?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just got a
honestly,
message from
Estetin
you.
probably has a better prediction strategy than we do,
Yeah.
which is just don't predict this.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Is that
Because-
the only winning move is not to play sort of thing?
The amount of correct information that you get out of this is likely going to be similar because,
Yeah.
as I've stated previously, ranking challenger is a little bit of fool's errand.
All right, here we
But-
go. It's,
He's put in less effort into it than any one of us.
like Obi-Wan Kenobi's going straight to the top. No.
He has a high ground after all.
Yes. Yeah,
Has he
too bad.
responded, Ethan?
He said he's working on it.
Working on it.
Okay.
God, those NA players so slow. I can't believe we got Rov making predictions faster than someone else here.
Oh, is he
Okay.
back?
Does this work?
Yes.
Yes, this
Uh,
does work.
Hello.
All right, let me undo
Oh.
that.
I don't even know what happened, but okay.
It was the Astetine
Everything like
effect.
showed
Welcome.
like everything was like working on my end. I saw my green circle going
Yeah.
in Discord, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it was just for anticipation. It was all
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
But anyway, okay. So my strategy for predicting was basically just going off of what I know about like a few of the players, and then I was gonna go from there. So at the very bottom, I have player 385. I know zero about this person, unfortunately. So
The
they're just gonna go
mystery
at the bottom.
player.
Yeah, and then ASP Sauce is gonna go right above them because same thing. I don't know anything about them, so they're gonna go right there.
Okay.
I mean, they got the sauce.
And okay, so
Not
now
that bad.
Yeah, now these 5 I know a little bit about, or at least I've seen a little. So right above ASP Sauce, I think I'm gonna go with Xbox. I haven't seen them play, but I'm assuming I have seen their game count. I think it's around like about 200, 300 wins per category. So I think that they're probably pretty good. If they keep grinding, maybe they could probably, they probably are going to do better than this, but I don't know anything about them that much, but I have seen them in lobby and I have seen them playing, so yeah, I'll just put them above ASP Sauce. And then the last 4, Dravaze Panzer is going to go above Xbox. I
Ooh.
saw one daily where they got 4 out of 8, on level 5, and I feel like from what I have seen, that's pretty promising.
I mean, that's
I feel
better
like
than
when you
what I
start
usually
getting
do,
the
so.
hang of the game. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like when you start seeing that, early on, it's a good sign. And if they keep playing, I think that they could shock some people because they're probably lesser known. I haven't actually seen them in lobby myself, but okay. So yeah, obviously top 3, Elaine Wong is gonna go above Dravize Panzer. I think I haven't seen this person play yet again, but I've seen them a lot in lobby and I've seen their win counts. So I'm looking forward to see what they can do. And then, okay, here is like the 2 players who I know the most about because I played both of them. My analysis is that I think Gunsong has been grinding the heck out of the game. However, I think Obi is just performing extremely well as of late, and I think has grinded the game. You know, has just kept grinding the game. I don't. They haven't really stopped. They were really into it months ago. So I think Gunsong has to go second for me, and then I
Okay.
have to put Obi as first because just as a player, I'm the most familiar with Obi. I know Obi has. I've just chatted a lot with Obi, and I know how they play. And then Gunsong I play with a little bit. Um, however, they probably are gonna do pretty well. I just think that Obi right now is just pretty darn strong. I think for this division. So I
Yep.
think I just put Obi first, but I'm expecting both of them to play very well. But I think it's very
Hmm.
close. But Obi has my number 1.
Yep. Pretty similar predictions from everybody, even Yosh with his, you know, special strategy. All right, so that's. I guess we.
You guys just don't believe the stats.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're moving up to bronze. Hopefully, I didn't forget anybody this time.
Um,
7 players, I think.
Hold
Yep.
on.
Do you want a snake draft
I
system?
think there's
or...
8 players.
Oh, there are 8 players.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
Uh
trying
eight.
to see who you're
Whoops.
missing.
How
You're
did I
missing
do?
Aragoria, I
It's
think.
oh. Yeah, they're not. They're not important. I'm kidding. Who
Wow.
is it?
I
Yeah.
can't believe you would miss the one that was speaking about this coming tournament the most out of those
Because I have
players.
not been paying attention. I've been working. All right. Well, anyway, if the you can let's see. Let's do that. Oops. Okay. Almost there. Oops. Okay. Almost there and there. Ta-da.
Alright. So, starting from the bottom again, I have put ML726
Whoa.
first. I think that's
Wow.
just based on what I've seen so far, but from his rusty form. But I think if he keeps on streaming and practicing, he could definitely rise higher than that for sure. Next up, I have Blood Red Yeti,
Okay.
and then AJ the Vest, and Slappy Davis.
Whoa. Slappy.
And then those 4, I'm pretty sure about, but these next 4 are where it gets tough because I could really see them going in any order.
Okay.
But I think just based on activity and results, I'm gonna put Bryce, then BXen,
Okay.
then Hyper, and Aragoria.
Okay. Wow. So I guess maybe they were important to be on there.
Or it was a foregone conclusion. And you put them a division higher.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's what I did. All right. Hold on. Let me. All right. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody in the next division up. We're good. Figure I'll plan ahead this time. All right. So Rav,
All right. So bronze is an interesting division,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because we have a lot of new players in terms of historically competitively. I think quite a lot of these players have joined in the past year or so. We have we have two vets. One has been playing a lot recently, one hasn't, but one was playing at a high level. And we have some fairly experienced competitive players in there as well. But I have got a similar list to Sweden. I've got Blood Red Yeti in 8th. You will remember, I will
Ooh.
bring this back because I want people to remember that in a tournament that I can't remember, Yeti did tie Pofke 8-8, who was a platinum player in SCL6. So if they are playing someone who has a higher level, I believe that they can punch above to that level. But it's a case of consistency, I think, with Yeti. So I've got closely in 7th AJ to best. Hasn't played competitive much recently, but very glad to see them back playing. Has a pretty good spy, can definitely cause problems in this division. And I've got ML726 in 6th. Again, playing the game a lot at the moment. I think de-rusting, but I think probably a bit too late to compete with the top players in this division. I have Bryce in 5th. I liked some of their play from Hex Cup. Pretty solid sniper, I think. Now, Slappy in this division is interesting because Slappy was in Diamond in a lot of the early SCLs and been playing all throughout since the start. But why I think Slappy might struggle in this division is purely because I know from experience, because I played Slappy in competitive and he has given me good games. So I almost lost to him in SCL7. Slappy really revels in playing his opponent, essentially. So if he has intel on his opponent and how they play, he will do better. I don't think he knows a lot about Biaxin, Hyper, and Aragoria. So whilst I think theory-wise Slappy is a strong player and probably wins this on theory, the lack of knowledge on his opponents is what's going to be his Achilles heel. So I've got him in 4th.
Okay.
I've got Biaxin in 3rd. I played a lot with Biaxin recently. I'm impressed with his spy. I think if he can be more patient on his sniper, I think he can definitely compete with the top 2. Did beat Lagorv in Hex Cup, which is a massive scalp, so definitely has the ability to do well. Top 2, really hard because they're both very similar skill, I think. But I've got Hyper in 2nd and Aragoria in 1st because I think Aragoria has the better style in competitive SpyParty. I think they're more solid in that sense. I think Hyper Spy is great, but I think it will be a battle between those two, and I'm very looking forward to see how it pans out.
Okay. Now for the best predictor, Josh.
Oh yes, unfortunately, due to the fact that ML only has 2 letters in the name, my prediction machine has broken.
Oh no.
And I need to actually start thinking at some point. So yeah, I mean, let's take it from the bottom as well, just like my esteemed colleagues over here. I've got Yeti in the bottom spot.
Oh, no.
Not because I hate him, not because I think he's not the worst player. In fact, he has consistently beaten me in the competitions that we have had together since his debut. The competition in question being who can suck harder at SpyParty. Unfortunately for me, I have been hard losing so far. I believe the fortunes can change at some point, but for now, I think both me and Yeti are pretty happy with this placement. After that, I have AJ, a player that's returning, a player that I have seen in the past. Unfortunately for him, the past doesn't quite seem to correlate with reality much.
But
so
he's the
I'm gonna
best.
put him here. Yeah, but then again, there's some better players in this competition, like Yeti and some such.
How can you be better than the
So-
best, though?
Easily, you just become the better best.
Oh,
Go
okay,
from
yeah,
there.
yeah. That works, yeah.
After that, I have a few very interesting ideas. I think I'm gonna subscribe to my idea that the most important thing regarding to how you do in a division is how much you actually play while taking part in it. So I've actually got Bruce down here, and I am rating ML quite a bit higher than the rest. I think so far, at the very least, I'm gonna put him in fifth.
Okay.
And then it becomes very interesting because I personally tend to believe that my esteemed colleagues tend to overrate Hypixel a bunch. As a person who has taken exactly 2 scalps in Summer Cup and exactly 1 legit one, don't really rate Hypixel as highly as everyone else, so I'm gonna put him fourth. Then I got Aragore in third. I know that there's a lot of drive. I know that there's a lot of self-hyping up. The only thing I see every time I see any of those hype up messages that I see in the Discord is just the hype train speeding up faster and faster and faster before it crashes into a wall. The only question is the train stronger than the wall? And I am really fearing that the wall may be stronger, and then the inevitable crash out and burnout will be the downfall of Aragore, who is a pretty good player, at least from what we've seen. And then between Slappy and Byaxin, I'm actually gonna trust in the Rust bucket here. I'm gonna put Slappy first.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna be the one with the stealer prediction. I'm gonna be boring and say that the Diamond player still got it. Um, of course, if he doesn't show up, if he doesn't necessarily play much and just clocks in, will be a bit sad for me. Will be kind of expected, but I think if Slappy locks in, this should be a pretty beatable division.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, you said you valued playing, but then you put Slappy in first. What's going on there?
Yeah.
I mean, he's played.
I also value not being consistent in the slightest, at least for me, because yeah.
Poppy's been playing for the longest out of all of these people.
Yeah, I just.
Just
He's been
not
playing for the
consistently.
longest.
Yes, not recently, but yes. All right, Astatine.
Yeah, so similarly, in thinking with most everybody's list, I'm gonna put Yeti in eighth. Um, as Yosh said, nothing against Yeti. I just think that there's 7 better players than him in the field. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to put him eighth. Um, I think I joined comp at the same time around Yeti, but I haven't seen any crazy results besides the Popke one, so I don't think I could put him any higher in good faith. But moving on, 7th place, I have Bryce. Bryce just hasn't been around that much. I know that he's pretty high on, I think, Rob and Ethan's list. However, I I feel like I just need to see more games before I could reliably put him there, and I think that if like the last week or two has been any indication of that, I think I'm just gonna keep him there. Um, so yeah, I think I'll put Bryce at 7th. And I know AJ hasn't been playing at all. However, I have seen what they can do on the spy side, and I think that their sniper, can play pretty well. So I think AJ makes a lot of sense to put at number 6. And then now it's really just now it's interesting because I felt like the top 5 were people who are sort of like, in my opinion, in contention for the group. The question is like, what order do you put them all in? So at fifth, I have Slappy Davis. He just hasn't been playing that much. I think the top 4 above him have been playing a lot, and I think that they've just been playing pretty consistently. pretty consistently well, and I kind of know their sort of like standard. I haven't seen Slappy play, I will admit, so I'm probably a little bit wrong in maybe putting him this low, but seeing the other four play, I think I have a pretty good idea of where they stand, so I think Slappy I'll put below them. And okay, so now at fourth, I'm gonna do ML726. I think that, as much as he's been playing, I have seen him, I've been playing him a bunch. Unfortunately, I think that he's below Aragoria, Hyper, and Byaxin in terms of skill level at the moment. Obviously, it could change. However, I think that fourth just makes a lot of sense at the current moment. And then obviously, yeah, now is the hard part, right? Because where do you put Byaxin, Hyper, and Aragoria? Um, so my thought process was, I feel like I know each of these three players' skill level pretty well. I have a sort of judgment of their consistency, and I think, and also their recent playing. So I think in my opinion, I think Aragoria is gonna go third. I think, I I saw their match against Skarny, and obviously very, very good stuff. However, I think just Baxton and Hyper just seem a lot more, I guess, consistent as of right now on the sniper side, and I think that their spies can be pretty interesting, whereas Argorias can maybe be a little bit slower, but obviously can pull out some more other stuff as well. So now we have the top two. Baxton and Hyper. I think for me, I cannot, I cannot, I can't. I have to put Hyper at first, so Byaxin just goes second. I think Hyper has just been playing incredibly consistently, and from what I've seen, and I've been able to I feel like monitor Hyper throughout his playing for so long. I just feel like this is it. This is the time where he is going to have his breakout performance and just perform very, very well. And then obviously Byaxin, very, very strong player. I think maybe a little inconsistent. However, from what I see when he snipes, always see very good stuff. So yeah, Byaxin goes second, and then Hyper's first for me.
All right, now we're on to silver. Oh, whoops! Looks like I forgot someone there, or did I?
No, 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 no. That's all correct.
I was gonna delete all of Yosh. That's bad. That'd be. But I'll bring him back.
All right.
Yosh could protect himself. All right.
About to delete all
Right.
of Yosh. What are you gonna do? Wait for Nebula to show up?
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Okay.
now this
So
is
it's silver.
silver. We got the first of our predictors in the division here.
I feel like this is like a classic group of players. Like you have Aiko, Yash, Lavenu, Cornet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Predicting them, I think starting from the bottom, we're gonna have Iggy first,
Ooh.
or last, I should say,
Yeah.
and then don't want to disappoint Yash, so I'll put him seventh.
Okay.
And then I have Lavanuk and Aiko. And then these top three, I think they did really well last SML season, which is why they're here. As for the specific order, I think I'm gonna go Hornet, then Calumet, then Magic Dealer.
Mm. All right.
Because I believe Magic Dealer was in the finals for Emerald last season.
Okay, that's fair. Yep, he's definitely been around. Definitely one of the OGs.
Am I next?
Yes.
Okay. So this, in my opinion, is a complete mess to predict. Other than I believe Magidiri is the strongest player in this division, so I put them at the top. I think even with the rust, I think
Yep.
pretty solid spy, and also a solid sniper. And I think if they play a little bit, they'll win this division. So I think I put Magidiri in first, and then
So
Sorry.
true, bestie.
and then the rest. Man, really hard to predict because they're all very similar, I think. But I have put I put Calamay in 7th.
Okay.
Purely on Rust. I think Calamay is a really interesting player to watch and did well in Sapphire and SML2, and I think finished above quite a few of these players. But I think the Rust factor will hinder that. So I've done this a bit weird. So yeah, I bought Calamay in 7th, and then 6th I've gone with Iggy.
Okay.
I think honestly, I think most of these players will beat each other. Like I think I can see Iggy getting points from the top players and then not from the bottom players. It's just a complete mess. I could put these in any order, to be honest. I've got Aiko in 5th. One of my slow spy brethrens definitely has the ability to finish higher in this group, but I think Aiko, like Iggy, will probably get points off 1st and 2nd, and then slip to a loss to like Calamay, for example. But yeah, Lavanuk in 4th. I think Lavanuk has an interesting spy, and a spy that kind of works quite well against these players. They had a pretty good result against Assatean in a tournament a bit ago. It might have been Hexclub. I can't remember. I can't remember. Stop laughing.
Like
No, it
one
was
of the
Winter Cup, I think.
group.
Yeah, it was Winter Cup.
Winter Cup. There we go. It was a year ago. Right. I've got Yosh in 3rd. They beat Hyper in Summer Cup.
Wow.
Sure. Sorry, Yosh. I know you want me to put me to put you down a bit lower than that, but I think you're marginally better than these guys. And I've got Hornet in 2nd because on their day they have a good spy, and I think yes they're rusty, but if they play a bit, I have faith in them to get 2nd in this group, and that is my silver.
Okay, sounds good. Yosh,
Yeah.
where do you place yourself and everybody else?
In the moment, the music you own it. Every time you have to let it go or something. I don't know. But yeah, in terms of ranking Yosh, there's always exactly one correct spot, and that's the bottom one.
Oh yeah.
So let's begin here.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree with my esteemed colleagues that Magic Door is just the most solid in this group, and besides that, it's a horrible, horrible mess where everyone beats everyone. I mean, we've been in Sapphire together, we've been in Emerald together, I think, as well. And yeah, the division has been messy. The division has been resulted as a result of the division has been on tie breaks both times, I think, both in terms of who promotes and who demotes. But yeah, Magic Door is just better than everyone else, at least on paper, and paper is just about what we have right now, so let's put him there right now. After that, I think
Wait, who is it again?
it's more of a case. Magic
Repeat.
Door first,
Yeah,
Yosh
yeah,
last.
yeah. Okay, that's what I figured that. All right.
Then in the sea of all of these flip-flops, I'm gonna put the most solid seeming guy, in my opinion, Hornet, in 2nd. Just because while everyone else has good days and bad days, he is simply the most solid one. I will follow that up with Aiko, I think. I've had a lot of beef with Aiko trying to place him first, place him last, in an effort to make him perform better or worse. And it just hasn't worked out, so let's just let him flip flop in the middle of the table here. And as far as the middle of the table goes, I'm gonna put Levinuk exactly in the middle of the table because this guy is such a coin flip. On a good day, he's the best guy in the room. On a bad day, he's the worst guy in the room, and that's even before someone else enters. Then I'm gonna put Iggy above Calamay, unfortunately. Nothing against Calamay. Calamay is probably one of my most favorite players to spectate and just to interact with. The guy's fun, and you should definitely keep an eye on him. But yeah, sadly, it does come with some issues that I can see in his plays that I don't necessarily see in someone else's. So that's going to be a 6th place for me, and that's going to be my division.
Okay, one more Astatine. We didn't lose him again, did we?
Has to come back.
Sorry,
There he
I'm
is.
back.
There we are.
Don't worry, don't worry. I'm here. This one I agree is pretty hard to predict, but so just to start off, I have Iggy as 7th. Um, I think I played them one time, 2 SMLs ago, and that is the only real knowledge I have of Iggy. I don't really remember how they play, but um, I don't. I know a little bit more about everyone else's playing. I feel like so. I'm gonna put Iggy as 7th. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't have like that much of a notion of Magic Doer, and I maybe should have. However, um, I I guess this is gonna be spicy, but I'm gonna put Magic Doer as 6th, just because I feel like I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't really know they're playing that well, and I feel like since every match feels pretty variable to me, I don't think it's like a sin to put Magic Doer as 6th, but um, I am going to put them as 6th just to have a little bit of spice in there. 5th, I have Calumet. Uh, Calumet, I have seen a little bit. I really like their spy from what I've seen in the past. Above Calumet, I have Aiko. Aiko is a player who I think has very high highs and very low lows, but this will be Aiko's division to take, and so I think I'm going to put Aiko since on 4th. And then the top 3, I have Yosh, Hornet, and Lava Nuke. Lava Nuke I have at 3rd, so above Aiko. I agree with Rov. Pretty fun spy that I think will do well in this division. I have played Lava Nuke, and so I can attest that their spy is pretty, can be pretty good, pretty nasty. Maybe Sniper's a little inconsistent, but the spy can be pretty nasty. And then second, I have Yosh. Yosh is just pretty good at player all around, even though he would never have been it himself. I feel like I like what I see when Yosh plays, so can't really um, not put him at second. And then Hornet, I really like as number 1 for this group, as everyone else has mentioned. Extremely solid player. When I was newer, I remember he tied Mini Auric, and I just feel like Hornet is going to do pretty well in this group. I think especially with a solid sniper, I think that he has a lot of chances, and especially a lot of chances on the spy side.
I'm surprised I'm the only one who bought into the Calumet stocks. I think what I remember from last season, he looked pretty solid, but
Okay.
See, I may be a victim of personal bias here, but I've personally have been enjoying a winning record against Calumet. It's one of the few people in this particular mud pile of players that I have been enjoying a winning record against, so I'm maybe slightly biased in putting him down.
for sure.
Okay.
All
Now
right,
we're.
moving on to gold here.
Yep.
We got it's fun to see some familiar faces back from last season. We got Beanie, Hoodoo, C Rams,
Yeah.
and of course we got Jen Topham, Jay Scarney from before.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Beanie at 7th,
What?
just because of the rust factor. Nothing personal against Beanie. And then I have to put. I'm looking at predictions. I'm thinking, should I change them? But no. I'm gonna put Roxo, Gentleman, Hunu, which I have a feeling might be controversial.
Whoa.
And then for my top 3, I'm gonna have Hafnung, then C Rams, then J Scarney.
Oh wow. Damn. Beanie last. Well, we'll see. Rob, what do you got?
I think Beanie in 7th is absolutely criminal. Beanie has an amazing green rate and a pretty solid sniper as well. But I haven't put Beanie higher than Check's list 4th, because this is a pretty strong division, I think.
Okay.
We have
Yeah.
our most recent cup finalist in Jay Scarney, and some pretty solid players as well who have threatened some of the best in the business at the moment. I've gone with Roxo in 7th. On their day, he's a very good player. Had a very good result against Lev in SMC last year. I think is a sort of player that will play up to the better players in division, but might struggle against the players of their own sort of skill. I think. So I think definitely won't finish on a low point a low point tally, but I think will struggle to get much higher I've then gone with Hunu, my British brethren, in 6th. Lost Factor, I think, mainly, but I really like Hulu's play. It's thoughtful and it's sneaky. So I think if their sniper can de-rust, they'll do pretty well, despite coming in 6th. I think generally it's going to be a pretty even division. But who have I got in 5th? Gent, another good player, pretty solid. I think we'll do fine. Yeah, I think we'll do fine. But I don't think they have like the spark to really challenge the top. Being in 4th, as I said, despite the rust factor, I think we'll de-rust and we'll be fine. They have a pretty sneaky spy. Really uses the occlusion well. I know that from experience, having played them several times in historically. Hoffnung in 3rd. I think their sniper is really kind of scary if you don't know how it works for sure. They know a lot of etiquette. And if you don't abide to that, you will get absolutely destroyed by their sniper. But their spy, I think, is yet to catch up. But that will happen at some point if they keep playing. But 3rd, I think, for now is fine. Then I've got Skarni in 2nd. I think they're on a bit of a tear at the moment. We saw them doing a pretty, basically a near perfect run in Summer Cup, just going to beat in the final, but beat OP, very strong player. And I think their spy in particular is pretty good, but learning from Ethan as well by playing them a lot. So definitely one on the rise. And I've got C-Rams in 1st because if I know C-Rams, they will prep and they will know their opponent inside out, and they have a very good sniper, very, very solid sniper, and a tricky spy if they have their plays planned out. I think their sniper is probably... I think C-Rams, their etiquette is what's going to let them down, so I can see Hoffman beating C-Rams quite convincingly, but the rest, I think C-Rams will win. So I've got C-Rams in 1st.
Okay. Okay, Yosh, you got anything?
Predictions probably. I don't know.
Oh, probably. Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about probabilities and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start from the bottom and let's put Roxo down there. Unfortunately, my friend, my goat, Roxo the Foxo, is a player who barely managed to escape that absolute pile that is the division below. So I'm gonna drag him straight back down. Um, a little bit sad, but yeah, I don't think he necessarily has the sauce to progress much further than the division, than this division. And until they show me that they can, I'm gonna stick him here and forget about it. After that, I had serums here when I was doing my quick vibe check before the stream while watching some of the other people in here demonstrate how good they are at SpyParty. But yeah, no, I'm gonna buy into the hype. I'm gonna say that serums, if serums does show up and does lock in, serums can absolutely take a bunch of scalps here. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and put Hunu in 6th. And then I'm gonna put Chant in 5th. Unfortunately, I am gonna be copying the predictions a little bit, but that's about it. I'm not sure about Beanie, Skarni, Hoffnung, and Serams. I do know that I want to put Hoffnung first. First of all, because I'm having a silly little read that the etiquette call out will be enough to catch enough points across the board to get him to the 1st position. And second of all, I promise that I will put Hoffnung first in my predictions as a kiss of death. So, yeah, good luck. Serums, I think I'm gonna put Serum 2nd and try to figure out between Beanie and Skarni. I'm slightly biased against Skarni. That's something I'm still working on. He did show up a few, not a few, a lot of good things around, including sending me straight into the shadow dimension in the latest cup. But Beanie is just solid. Beanie is solid. Beanie is a rock. The real question is a rock enough to beat Skarny, who is playing a bunch recently? I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna put Skarny third and Beanie fourth.
Okay. Yeah, so Beanie's
Alright,
rock,
well,
Jay Scarney's paper. Is that what you're saying?
Mm, I mean,
Well,
I
they're
think
both.
Serums is paper,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
anything.
yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. Anyway, Astatine, what do you think?
yeah, looks like it's me. Yeah, seventh, I agree with Yosh. I think, I don't think Roxo, to quote, does not have the sauce, um, to show up in this group. While I think Roxo actually does have a ceiling that I think can easily compete, knowing this from competing with them. As of right now, I haven't seen them play a lot, and so I think they're just gonna be seventh for now. Right above Roxo, I have Beanie. Same thing. I competed
Wow.
against Beanie a little while ago, and I just compared to the other five on this list, I just don't think I could put Beanie above them at the moment. Obviously, it could be very wrong. Played against Beanie a lot of times, like in the daily challenges. I've seen some good spy games, so I feel like I have a little bit of a sense on how they play. But yeah, against the other five players, I think they're gonna have a little worse of a time. So yeah, Beanie can just be in sixth for now. Next, I have Hunu, where I agree with Rob. I feel like Hunu is a pretty like solid player in my opinion. I feel like they can have some really consistent sniper games. The Spy is a little bit less so. I think the Spy is pretty slow and passive sometimes without a clear plan towards like the end. But just from what I've seen from them, but obviously can pull together some good spy games as anyone on this list is capable of doing. Um, so yeah, above Hunu, I would say Gents. This top four is like an interesting sort of it's an interesting sort of like scenario because I think all top four players are all really really good with like really good like high ceilings. I just think that like it comes down to consistency, and I think Gent unfortunately I think is a little bit less consistent than Hoff, C-Rams, and Skarny. So I think in terms of that, I think Gent's going to be my fourth. And then yeah, so top three, I think all of these three players extremely strong. Um, I do agree with Rov though. However, I think that while Hoffnung Sniper is very very good, and I think very very is going to catch out these players a lot. I think that their spy is a little inconsistent at the moment. So Hoffnung is going to be number three for me, and then um, I'm kind of going Ethan's route here. I like Scarny's been like on an absolute tear recently, and I think that they've just been getting extremely consistent, which I feel like is what you want to see. I know from experience, I say this all the time. I call Scarny's spy annoying, but like obviously like in the good way that like Scarny has the spy where like you expect them to do something, or you expect the spy not to do something at every point in the game, right? But like bugging in your face at windows, taking like a white swap like right at the beginning of the game. Just like he'll just do these plays where it's like I don't expect any spy to do that, but he does it, and he makes it work, and it's like an extremely like aggressive sort of spy style that I really really like, and I think that is going to do pretty well. And obviously their sniper is extremely really good. Knows some pathing, is really really good with behavioral tells. I think. So yeah, Skarny I think is going to be my number one. C-Ram super solid player. Fun fact: when I first started even playing the game, less than like maybe 200 games I played with C-Rams when we were both newer. Um, so I know definitely what he's capable of. I've seen C-Rams play. Very solid player. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have him as second to Skarny, solely because of Skarny's recent resume. And yeah, that's all I can think of for these gold predictions.
All right, we're getting into the big leagues
It seems like
here.
we're on the same page on this.
Yeah, it seems like you all are
Yeah,
pretty much.
this one was interesting. Yeah, when I first
Oh
saw
yes,
this
this is a
Platinum
fun one.
division, yes, I was very surprised. I
This is
was
a
happy to
division.
see, yeah, T-Flame, Dabscoop, Tapsies. I mean, Lazy Bear coming back. That's crazy. I think
I mean, the
though for
EU
all these people
coach,
coming back,
right? I mean,
yeah,
yes.
for all these people coming back, I tried to think how to rank them, and I think I decided on the best one. which is that I have to rank them by how many alt accounts they have. So unfortunately,
So
Capsies and Damn Squid at the bottom.
would I win this one? I don't know.
Nice.
I think I'm up. I think I'm up to 7 now.
Kalitos, you may find that you are not actually playing in Platinum, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, not this
You
season.
may be slightly out
That
of the
was
competition here.
yeah. I retired from Platinum.
So after Tabs and Dan Squid in 8th and 7th, we have T Flame and Max Max, which I
Wait.
think they both have confirmed accounts, all the accounts that is.
Oh, okay.
And then into the top 4, I have put.
Wait, what was it? Who was after Damn Squid? I didn't know I forget who the other one was.
Tabsies I put at the very
Okay,
bottom.
yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. Then after Max.
Okay, after Max we have Wrestler.
Okay.
Then Psycho Sloth. I think normally I would put Wrestler higher, but he did lose recently to Aragoria. And then the top 2 I think are undeniably Lazy Bear and Nebula. But I put Nebula first because you kind of have to,
Wow.
and then Lazy Bear.
All right, yeah. All right, Rav. How many accounts do you have?
All right. How many? I have one account, despite the fact there are 2 accounts with my name. Believe it or not.
Okay. Damn, only one? Jeez. Amateur.
Actually, no. I have a Steam that I've never used,
Okay.
but no like official accounts, but a second Steam account. But anyway, I'm gonna get absolutely flamed for these predictions because reasons. Anyway, I've got T-Flame at 8th.
Wow. Wow.
Why don't say that?
No, okay.
I think T-Flame on his best day.
No.
quite
Let's
competitive.
not shame Rav. Let's not shame
Yeah, no,
Rav.
I'm
We can
kidding.
make wrong predictions.
Yes, we're allowed to.
I think. Go on.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, we're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah, I think I might be, but we'll see. On T-Flame's best day, he definitely competes higher here, but the rust factor is something I can't. I know
Yeah,
T-Flame.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I got Psycho in 7th. I think Psycho is a strong player and proved that.
Psycho in 7th?
Yeah. But
Wow.
I think Damp Squib and Dabsy's snipers have been underrated. And I think while Psycho is a strong player, and I think you have experienced that by playing him in Ruby in the past, I genuinely think that this division is stacked on the sniper side because in
So true, Bestie.
don't do that.
Wait, what was?
Who have I got in 5th?
Wait,
Sorry,
who
6th.
was 6th? Yeah.
Max.
Yeah.
Max Snacks. I love Max's spy. It's so cheeky, and the bugs he does. I love, and they're great. But I think their sniper, whilst in casual is very, very strong, in competitive can sometimes be lower than in their casual play. But I think generally Max will do great. Who have I got in 5th? Wrestler. Just solid, really solid player on both sides.
Yeah.
I think Wrestler's pacing on the spy side is one of the best, and that might be a bit of a hot take, but he always makes sure he has enough time to complete the missions in a way. Yes, he might get shot sometimes for being quite aggressive, but I think Wrestler's spy is very good. Now I've got Lazy in 4th. Lazy at his peak will be competing with Nebula, but Lazy has barely played the game in 4 or 5 years, so I can't put him higher than that. I'm sorry, but I think Lazy is really good. I think, yeah, I think it'll be close between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I think Lazy, Tabsies, and Damp Squib will be fighting for 2nd, but I've gone with Damp Squib in 3rd, Tabsies in 2nd, and then I can't put Nebula anywhere else but 1st. So Yeah, I think top four will be very, very competitive. Minus Nebula, I think he'll probably sweep. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's how it goes.
All right, Yash.
Oh, my predictions are so cooked.
I'm sure.
Anyway, let's put Nebula first, and then try to figure out what else am I doing in this mess of a prediction, because this division is very interesting for a slightly different reason than Challenger, but kind of a similar one. There's a lot of people who are not necessarily as active in the current scene, right? But are back. So the whole measurement of how actively they are playing right now is a thing that will decide a lot of um, power rankings here to me. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to measure this, and I don't frequent the game enough to be capable of like ranking this correctly. So let's just take a lot of wild gambles around here. As my first wild gamble of the night, pause for laughter because we've already been through like what 4 divisions.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put T-Flame second. I'm gonna pretend that he's gonna lock in and beat everyone, and it's gonna be T-Flame in time.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna put him first because Nebula is Nebula, but I am willing to put him second because I'm a sicko like that. Then I had Wrestler when I had my vibe predictions, but no, Wrestler did not necessarily have the best year here. So maybe I'm gonna wait out on this one a little bit, and hmm. Yeah, I'm actually gonna fall victim to favoritism and put Squib third and Tepsis fourth. Um, then I'm gonna put Lazy Bear. Then I am gonna put Wrestler there. God, this feels so wrong. Every time I try to sort them out, I feel like there's someone wrong, and I can't shake off that feeling ever. Psycho is going to be last, and Max will be seventh, and I will not be taking questions. Thank you.
Okay.
This is Psycho Slander, I think.
Yeah. Jeez.
Psycho is eighth. Max is seventh.
Oh, okay. Whoops. All right. Damn.
All right.
I mean, everybody in here is pretty
Uh,
good, so I don't know. All right, go for it.
yeah, it's a toss up. I feel like there's so many, but I feel like there's like sort of like 3 tiers that I sort of identified. So I put like my bottom 3 in a tier, like my next 3, and then like the next 2. So at the bottom I have T Flame. I just don't know enough
Whoa,
about them,
another
unfortunately.
one.
But even then, I think I know a little bit about every player's sort of like abilities, and I haven't heard like anything crazy about T Flame just as like a new player. So unfortunately, I don't know. Unfortunately, I have to put them as eighth because I just don't know about them. But um, the rest I have a pretty good idea. So in seventh, I'm gonna put Psycho Sloth. I think Psycho Sloth is a pretty good overall player. Just unfortunately, in this list, everybody is like extremely cracked, and you just kind of have to like put them places. But uh, Dan Squibb, I played. I only saw him play my my very first SML, which is like an ages ago now. But I'm gonna put Dan Squid at 6 just because I just feel like Dan Squid hasn't played in a little bit, unfortunately, and I think I know a little bit more about the top 5 players' abilities, and I think that comparing that, I think they should probably do better, but we'll see. So next, I actually have Max Snacks. I agree with Rob. I think that like in casuals, I feel like Max has always been extremely strong, and like their spy extremely like good, like crazy, like creative plays. And then like weirdly enough, like in comp, like their sniper kind of tends to falter a little bit. And I kind of agree with that assessment. So for me, I had Max in fifth place, and then the top 4 is they're all extremely good, obviously, but fourth I have Tabseas. I know Tabseas is very, very strong. I think Tide Crash or Beat Crash, one of the two in Hex, which is a pretty good feat. That just is a testament to how strong they are as a player. Um, maybe it hasn't been playing as much, much as I would say the top 3. So I think is gonna go 4th. Third, I have Wrestler, super consistent, solid player. Not much to say. Very good spy, very aggressive spy, extremely just strong sniper. I think Wrestler makes a lot of sense as third. And then obviously, yeah, I'm gonna be the same as everyone else. Nebula's gonna go at number 1. You can't really not put Nebula at number 1. Just one of the strongest players right now and in SpyParty history. And then Lazy Bear, extremely strong. I think actually is, in my opinion, probably one of the only people in this entire stage who could probably go toe to toe with Nebula. We'll see, but I think Lazy Bear has a very strong spy and sniper at the moment still. So I'm gonna be very interested to see them play. But yeah, I think this is a a cracked group. So my
Okay.
predictions don't
Well,
hold as much weight. I think they're all extremely strong.
pressure is on Nebula now. The can Nebula live up to the hype? We'll see. And then the real hype is over here. We got 3 of the other 3 predictors are here. Experts, I mean.
Yeah, I'm very happy with
I
this planning
mean,
group.
we can put yours first already.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
worry.
actually, yeah, let's get you. Let's get you up there. Whoops.
Wait, he's actually doing that. Got
There.
Okay, yeah, you know what? We're keeping that. We're keeping that.
Yep. All right, Ethan, you wanna start?
Sure, yeah, I'm quite happy to be in this group. I know maybe I have to pull some strings a bit, and I'm happy Ross signed up as well. For the ranking, I think I'm gonna have to put. I'm sorry, Dougie. You has to go in last. It's just that there's too many
Oh.
good players in here. I love Dougie, but I don't think this is his group. And then next, I'm gonna put Opie Rights, and then
Wow.
Grash.
It's crazy to see Opie that low. But rest and all that.
Yeah, I think recently the newer players have caught up to him a bit. And then after I have Adafiash and Minioric. And then the top 3, I think I'm going to put myself in third, and then Asta second, and Ra first.
Hmm. Yeah, all right. That seemed, yeah, that's this is a crazy division. I'm glad I'm not in Diamond anymore.
Yeah, I regret everything already.
Yeah,
It's absolutely stacked.
too much pressure.
Right, so
It took Rob one person to put him in first to have a mental breakdown.
no, I've been having a mental breakdown basically ever since I've been seeing this division, to be honest, because everyone is so very strong. I have a bit of a read that everyone else in this voice call will be putting Opie Rights in 7th or 8th. And if I know Opie Rights, which I've known Opie Rights for a while, playing competitive SpyParty against him for years now, Opie will see this and think, that's motivation I need to prove that wrong. So I've got Opie in 5th.
Okay.
Because I think he will not have the pressure, and that will unlock things in his spy that tend to be locked when he's stressed and being seen as a favorite. I've got Googie. I don't want to put Googie in 8th. Genuinely, I don't want to put Googie in 8th. And I think skill wise, I think is definitely on par with OP, especially on the spy side. But the sniper compared with this division is just a tier below. I think Googie will give a lot of players a very close game, but I can't put Googie lower than I can't put him higher than 8th. I don't think. I then have Crash in 7th, purely because of personal life being very busy for Crash. I think Crash's spy has probably the highest ceiling, genuinely, in Diamond. But when they're busy, they don't have as much time to play and prep, and then I think because the division is so strong, I don't think I can put him higher than 7th. I've got Mini in 6th. I think Mini will take points off the top 3 and probably lose points at the bottom 3. A bit like what happened in SML2. I think Mini is. I think people will think Mini is rusty, but when Mini was playing in the past, he was only playing competitive anyway. So I don't think the rust factor is going to be that impactful on Mini. Has a very high ceiling, and will cause the top players problems for sure. But I have him in 6th, OP in 5th, as I've said. 4th, I've got Adapiesh. I've never had a comfortable game against this guy. It's always a hard game against Ada. So I've got him in 4th. Much like Ethan, I put myself in 3rd, purely because I don't think my spy is on the level yet that it needs to be. I think my sniper is fine, but I think
You
we
can't
saw a
be
bit in.
underrating
Right.
yourselves that much.
I mean, I don't know. My spy isn't where I want it to be competing at the top. I think Ethan and Assassin are a tier above, and I think they'll duke it out.
Okay.
And I've got Ethan first and Assassin second because I
Okay.
think it's about time Ethan beats him.
Oh yeah! Wow. What do you think, Josh? Other than yourself first, obviously.
From the height of my own delusions, I'm gonna provide you with a third different ranking of Roth, Asta, and Firelord Ethan as the top 3 in this division.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Asta first and Roth second here.
Okay.
With Ethan third, naturally.
Yeah.
And then it's a pretty interesting bunch of players, right? I think this group splits pretty evenly between 3 and 5. Where unfortunately OP is the only one out of the people in the group of 5 that are actually active and playing a bunch, but don't think his head is necessarily that in it. So I'm gonna put him 7th, and I'm gonna put Gresh 8th. I didn't have Gagi as last even before Gagi started asking not to be put in last. And I'm a people pleaser. At least I tend to pretend to be. That's why I lose games so much, because everyone loves 3 points. So I'm actually gonna put Gagi 5th here, above Mini, but below Ada.
So what was the?
Because
What were
I
the?
feel like that besides all of the funny stuff that's gonna be happening, nope. That's going to be Gresh last,
Okay. It's like
followed
that.
by
Yeah. Is this right or Guggy or?
Mini, followed by
Okay.
Oppie, followed by Gagi, followed by Ada.
Okay. Because yeah, you just did
I'm
it.
sorry, my predictions are all over the place, but
Yeah. Where was Guggy?
5th, and then Ada is 4th.
Okay. All right. Oops. There we go. All right.
Because I definitely think that Gagi's spy gets quite a few random points here and there to justify him staying in the middle of the table, despite the strength of the field outright. And yeah,
Okay.
that's
Wow.
going to be my delusional power ranking.
Yeah.
I mean, you have put me 9th, and I object to that one.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
besides that,
Do you want to be first or?
I want to be back in my own division.
Oh,
Thank you
okay.
very much.
Back. Okay. I'll send you back to your home. All right. You're right here. Okay. There you go. All right. You're back home. All right. All right. Astatine. What?
Thank you. It's much cozier over here.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I want to say this division is just absolutely like just horrifying. All these are such
Yeah.
huge
Well.
names,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just I mean crazy. But all right, at 8th place, I'm sorry I have to do it. Guggy, unfortunately, I just think everyone else has just so much of a resume that I feel like I have to put you as 8th, and I'm just sorry. I have nothing else. I have nothing else to add to that.
Mhm.
All right. But next, at 7th, as Rob correctly predicted, I have OP Rights at
Mm,
7th. I
wow.
think OP Rights, while he is a very, very strong player, I think is still a little bit below, I think, the top 6 in my predictions. So I'm going to put him at 7th. I know Ethan has had a good run against him. I think I had a win against him. Rob, I've seen win against him in SMC. So I just think that everybody is pretty well equipped to fight OP Rights at this point. So I think OP Rights is going to be at 7th. And similarly to Rav and Yosh, I have Minioric at 6th. I agree with Rav, though. I think Mini can easily take points off of anybody, and I don't think that he's rusty. I mean, last year when he played in SMC, I think that Mini took a lot of strong games off of Ethan. I think when I spectated it, just crazy, like, good gameplay, and also played really well against Lev, and um, lost to his arch nemesis Rob in semis. But anyway, yeah, Mini's at 6. I think Mini's just a very strong player.
Mm-hmm.
My top 5. Next I have Adafesh, extremely strong sniper. Like probably one of the strongest snipers in the game if he's in form. Just super solid. Like one of the most solid snipers in my opinion. I've always thought this. Like Adafesh has such a scary sniper. Um, can have some good spy games. I will say, I will admit, I'm not too familiar with the Dogfish's spy. Um, I haven't, I don't think I've seen anything like insanely crazy, but um, yeah, again, I just don't think I watched enough, unfortunately. Grash is at 4th because Grash, like Rov has said, is just extremely strong. Now, I think Grash has a really good spy, but I think, like, I don't know if this is like a hot take. I think Grash probably, like, if he's playing at his top peak and his like highest ceiling, I think is second only to Rov in sniping. So if Grash plays like in form in any game, he is just extremely scary, which I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but Grash is just an extremely scary player in my opinion. And then obviously top 3, Rov, me, and Ethan. I want to give a little anecdote. So when I spy in this game, typically if I feel like typically, you know, when I am about to win a spy game, I have this moment of clarity that I'm like, if I do this exact plan, I am going to win this spy game, and I know I'm going to win this spy game. It's like a spark. You feel like this jolt. Like I know exactly what to do at this point in time, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to net me a win in this game. I the only person I think I never feel that against is Rov. This dude is a brick wall, and I don't know how to break his sniper. It's just he's so insanely strong at sniping, and I it's funny because I ask like other people all the time. I'm like I don't know what he does differently. Like because it's an anomaly. Like he's so strong. He had that really good run in sniping, the last SMC, and just extremely strong. And then when you play against somebody who just doesn't lose sniper games, like what do you even do? I
So
do agree with
first
him
you
though.
get a hype train,
Yeah,
and then you start hyping yourself up,
yeah.
and then you keep hyping yourself up, and then you break through that wall.
But yeah, no, I agree with Rob though. I think that
You heard it
unfortunately
here
Rob's
first.
spy.
Regular bits off.
Yeah. I just don't think Rov's spy is as strong as a sniper. I would agree with his assessment there. While he still has a very strong spy, in my opinion, I think just doesn't quite match his sniping style. But either way, I can't not put Rov at number 1. Rov is just way too strong. So then it comes down to Ethan and I. And I think this is just going to be purely track record for the past few months. I'm going to put myself at number 2, and I'm going to put Ethan at number 3. Um, I'm awaiting Ethan. This probably is time to beat me. Is probably in this SCL. So this is probably gonna be wrong. However, I'm kind of excited to see it. But yeah, super strong group. I mean, these people are all crazy strong. And before I even joined the game, I think I've seen some of these names like just out here wrecking competition. So I'm honored to even
Yeah,
be
this
in
is a
this
fun
group.
group for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and I guess that is it. Tune in to all the matches, and then at the end, we're gonna see if EU or NA was the better predictions, and then we'll finally settle, which region is better.
etc.
Oh yeah, we're still waiting for Nebula cut.
Yeah. Yeah, and then maybe this will be a tie as well. I don't know. Anyhow, I think that is it. I think I've done enough streaming for one day.
Thank you for covering wrestler, by the way.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
no,
Yes,
yeah,
good
that
game.
was all right. You know, it worked out for the most part. It was a pretty fun little thing you guys set up.
Yep.
And-
Hope
And
everyone's
hey,
had fun
everyone,
watching.
remember, if you don't agree with your placement on those tier lists, you are very welcome to try your hardest and beat everyone, and then show up in the general chat of the official SpyParty Discord at discord.gg/SpyParty,
Yep,
and tell everyone,
you could
yeah,
actually
no,
win
you guys
money.
were wrong.
Apparently,
Probably.
there
I never got that far.
there is apparently a prize or prizes for being the best predictors. So good luck, everybody. We'll see y'all in the games.